I found myself caught in a whirlwind of emotions on what seemed like an ordinary Tuesday. As an introverted, intuitive feeling and judging and a highly sensitive person, I've learned to trust those gut feelings that often signal something significant. This time was no exception. Heading to meet a client for lunch, an unexpected urge led me to our favorite coffee shop, the one my wife Abby and I cherished. She was supposed to be at work, so encountering her there wasn't on my radar. Yet, fate had different plans. Walking into the bustling coffee shop, I stumbled upon a scene I never anticipated. Abby in a dimly lit corner, intimately entwined with another man. To add to the shock, it was Steve, our neighbor and the husband of her best friend. A tidal wave of emotions crashed over me: rage, betrayal, heartbreak. I found myself outside, immediately dialing my brother Tom. Anger fueled my words as I declared my intention to confront Steve and sought bail money. Tom, the voice of reason, convinced me to pause, advising a more measured approach. Taking a moment to regain composure, I re-entered the coffee shop, my mind racing. I discreetly occupied a booth, my focus fixed on capturing evidence. I apologized to the guy already seated, explaining my urgency. With a nod, he allowed me the space I needed. Patiently waiting for the opportune moment, I discreetly snapped a picture of Abby and Steve in the act. Exiting the shop with my heart pounding, I swiftly sent the incriminating photo to Tom. His response, a simple perfect, offered a strange sense of validation in this surreal and painful moment. In the days that followed, I struggled to maintain my composure, attempting to keep my cool around Abby. She sensed that something was amiss, and I brushed it off as just another episode of heightened sensitivity, assuring her that the universe would reveal its secrets in due time. It made her uneasy, but she didn't press further, perhaps attributing it to my HSP tendencies. Meanwhile, Tom and I hatched a plan to exact revenge using the incriminating photo. Tom's ingenious suggestion involved broadcasting it on a prominent blip digital billboard in the city. Initially, I thought he was jesting, but he insisted on the seriousness of the idea. Embracing the concept, we swiftly designed a slide that resembled an engagement announcement, featuring the damning image of Abby and Steve. The message read, "Congratulations on your new relationship. Love, Dave." The revenge plot was set in motion, and the billboard went live on a Friday evening. To ensure maximum visibility, I increased the bid price, securing prime time slots for the billboard located in the heart of the city. It was strategically placed next to bustling restaurants and shopping centers, a spectacle impossible for anyone to overlook. Timing was key, so I invited Timothy and his wife Emily to join us for dinner at a local steakhouse situated right by the billboard. Seating arrangements were crucial. Tom and I decided to sit next to each other, while Abby and Emily occupied the other side facing the billboard. As the evening unfolded, I noticed Abby stealing glances upwards, her expression changing from curiosity to disbelief. Her gaze darted back and forth between the billboard and her dinner roll, and her complexion turned as pale as a ghost. The realization of my revenge plan had hit its mark. Tom quickly assessed the situation, asking Abby if she was okay. Emily, unaware of our revenge plan, inquired about Abby's well-being and expressed genuine concern. Abby, feeling suddenly unwell, excused herself to the bathroom in haste. Seizing the moment, Tom divulged the truth to Emily, who was taken aback not only by Abby's infidelity, but also by the extreme measures we had taken for revenge. In the bathroom, Emily filled Abby in on the billboard revelation. Abby, now aware of the public exposure, was reportedly mortified and shaken uncontrollably. Meanwhile, Annie's friend had snapped a picture of the billboard and sent it to Abby, demanding an explanation. With the situation escalating, Emily offered to take Abby home. Tom and I settled the bill, leaving Emily to assist Abby. Back at home, I had prepared the couch for Abby's rest, while I retreated to the bedroom, locked the door, took a shower, consumed some sleeping pills, and sought solace in sleep. News of the Billboard spread like wildfire, becoming the talk of the town by Sunday morning. Passers-by stopped to capture pictures, and the incident even gained traction on social media. It turned into a perfect storm of humiliation and exposure. When morning came, Abby attempted to apologize, but I wasn't ready to hear it. Doubts crept in as I reflected on past instances, questioning whether this was a one-time betrayal or part of a pattern. Despite Abby's pleas to remove the billboard, I stood firm, stating that I had already paid for a week and it would stay up until then. She continued to apologize, pouring out her regret and embarrassment, but I couldn't bring myself to accept it. On Monday, I took a decisive step and filed for divorce. The process of moving on with my life began, a mix of anger and gratitude swirling within me. As Abby called, emotions painted her voice: anger for the embarrassing picture, yet a strange gratitude for uncovering the truth. I offered a sincere apology, recognizing my lack of sensitivity to Annie's feelings. In the haze of rage and the pursuit of revenge, I had overlooked the collateral damage. My bad, for real. Everything was settled swiftly, and it hit me that I hadn't been fair to Annie in the midst of my fury. Abby left on Sunday, seeking refuge at her parents' place. By the fifth day, Abby managed to convince Blip to take the billboard down. However, the damage was irreparable, our marriage was over, and her affair with Steve had become a public spectacle. Abby and Steve's relationship crumbled further as he filed for divorce the following Wednesday, cutting all ties with Abby. Although I'm no longer entangled in their drama, I can't help but wonder about the aftermath. Steve's absence in facing the consequences was disappointing, to say the least, a coward's way out. Reflecting on the whole ordeal, I'm grateful I heeded my brother's advice, opting for the high road instead of immediate violence. Exposing their secret in a creative, albeit not the most mature, way brought a sense of satisfaction. As a side note, even though I don't suspect Emily of infidelity, I reckon the experience gave her pause for thought. It was an intense journey, and looking back, I'm curious, what would you have done in my shoes? Do you think I took it too far?